Oh, I've been out for a while, haven't I? I've been trying to get through, doing book reviews and trying to do book reviews, but I end up not doing them. Events happen. Um, Yesterday was really, uh, I was having a really hard time yesterday. You know, this is the topic that I want to bring you about. This book is about Jim Rohn, 12 Pillars. It's a novel, and it's a great novel about life lessons that we can distill and take in. You know, Yesterday, um, one of my old friends from high school wanted me to hang out with her. So basically, let's backtrack. She wanted me to go to New York, right? And so I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I mean, I sent her a message and I'll shoot for New York. But then I was like, it was like for a week, and then we're supposed to go to New York. So what happened is, I follow up. Most people don't follow up and they don't tell you anything. I think that people should tell you beforehand what they're going to do. See, I don't like it when people change their plan. I have a best friend who stick to his plan and go. When we take a trip, he do the thing that he says he's going to do. I'm not perfect. When I do interviews, there are days that most of the time there are days that I make mistakes and mess up. So we had a talk with my friend, and she wanted me to change our plan, and we wanted to go to this state instead, right? And then I was like, hold up. So you're basically saying that we should change up and go to this place. It was her. Now it was her place with her work, and I don't know if it's true or not. And um, so it was trying to go enjoy, and she said, chill and hang out. But at the time, I was kind of ticked off because she said we'll change our plan, and um, you know, so not go hang out here. But then I told her that and stuff like that. And I'm not trying to make it in a good light or bad light. I'm just saying that I dislike it when people waste my time. Um, you know, when you hear successful people talk about time, the average person or people who there's nothing wrong with having a job 9 to 5, right? But the people end up when you don't have a purpose or a dream like I do. People who don't have a dream or a purpose, I mean, she's working a job that she loves. That's okay. I'm happy for her. But when what ended up happening was I didn't end up going. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna go. Why should I waste my time if you change the plan? And I don't like people when they waste my time. I want to do my thing. I want to be who I am. I don't need to give you my time. My I already ingrained a philosophy in my head that I want to kick people out who waste my time or who don't have any value to give or they're always negative in that space and they always don't change, right? So I already have in my head about time, right? People go to work for money, right? People go to work for money, but they don't understand that their time is limited. So, and people don't see that world, right? People don't see that. I see it every single day where, where you have, there was this movie where I forgot what's it called, where they have a bard and thingy where their time is ticking and they have to buy time. And so, technically, people who are successful, the reason why they're, wealthy or stuff like that, because they're buying time, right? For me, I want freedom, time. We don't, people say, Jim Rohn can say, you can always get more money, but you can't get more time. So the average person don't understand about time, right? We look at time as if it was not wasteful, not it's plentiful, plenty. We people in the law of attraction or people who in the prosperity world, they always talk about you know um, there's abundance, but there's not abundance of time left. You have a time saying running down. You don't know when your life is going to end, and it's not being negative. It's being looking at a life could be taken away, and we don't do anything great with it, right? And I tried to do great things, and she was pulling me back, holding. Sometimes friends hold you back from being great, you know. I listened. So what happened is she wanted me. So after the day after, she hit me up. I don't. I dislike it when people hit me up with, "Oh, can you do go out, hang out with this time?" So she said like this. She want to go to the mall in DC. And she said, "Can you come with me now?" I was like, "No, I can't." And then because I have this feeling like, why now? Why can't we do it later? So I'll say sure. No, I mean I didn't say sure. She'll like this. So when I like this, it's like she'll go to the mall and came back, and I was like, sure, I'll hang out with you at the time. But at the time, I feel like why should I give my time and energy to hang out just because you're bored? People who are bored don't do anything amazing. If you don't live an exciting life, you're just wasting your time, money, and effort just to do the thing again over and over again, trapped in the rat race that most people live their life. And I don't like it when I have to give my time to someone, you know, to be able to hang out, to be able to, uh, you know, talk stupid stuff, whatever. No, I'm not here. And it's the same friend who um, have a bad experience with, and she didn't understand that those days that I have bad experience, it's still there in my mind, and I don't want the same thing happen to again. I want to give people chances, but that's too much chances. I want to cut back. Sometimes you have to cut back from the people that you used to hang out with. I stopped hanging out with a lot of people who waste a lot of time. They don't value time as I do. They value the chit chat. I value creating the life and designing the life that we're supposed to meant to live. Yes, it's kind of rant, but it had to do with this book, Jim Rohn. Uh, Great man. Surround yourself with best people. Um, he said, no, not the best things, the best people. Surround yourself with winners, successful people who exhibit and live consistent to value and skill you want to acquire and develop. You see, the people in your life have an amazing power to influence your destiny. They have a deep effect on you. People who don't like change, they resist change, and they don't think that they're the cause of the problem. You know, a lot of time, you know, we all have problems. You know, there are days that you just want, sometimes most people want problems to fade away, right? But they're there regardless. Mr. Davis said that you must constantly ask yourself these questions: Who am I around? What effect are they having on me? What they got me reading? What they got me saying? Where do they have me going? What do they have me thinking? And most of all, important, what do they have me becoming? And ask yourself the question: Is it okay? Most people don't, Michael. So don't feel it badly. People, they are a simple question. They can have a powerful influence on how your life turns out. Let me teach you one of the Mr. Davis principles that is very effective are at helping people decide about the relationship. You see, every relationship you have is an association, and either each association has either a positive, neutral, or negative effect on your life. So a person who wants to achieve success has to constantly make a determination about what kind of relationship it is, how to approach that relationship. It's really simple. Who you hang around with will become a major determining factor in what your attitude become. Think about it. You spend your time with them and share your life with them. And when you interact with them, all of your attitude intermingle and shape one another. If the people who you spend time with don't have attitude that are positive, they will rub off on you and keep you from becoming all that you can be. Let this put it this way: two things to think about. First, I have never seen anyone who was successful who spent much time with people who have a bad attitude. They have surrounded themselves with winners, optimistic people with positive attitude. And secondly, everything you have done up to now, everybody have you have associated with, had added up to your current situation. In other words, maybe if you change your association, the rules in your life and career would change. So for me, I was gonna do a book review for Mike Murphy, or I'm going to Mike Murphy. I interview an amazing human being with amazing heart, you know, and I want to associate myself with like him. And I interview amazing people. They're enhancing. We're helping each other, and we're helping each other grow. And my dream is to be able to hang out around with people who have ambition, or people who do what I want to do. And I am actually blessed and grateful for people who subscribe to my channel, who are doing amazing things, who want better things for their life, and not ideally wasting their time on triviality, right? We can waste all the triviality. What's the point of living if you don't do anything great with your talents and your things that you're here meant to do? And I was so happy when Robert Bruce and uh, Carla subscribed to my channel. That's really really cool. And I think other authors subscribe to my channel, but I can't see the subscription. But there are so many other authors that I'm so grateful for. Whether they're new or they're seasonal, it doesn't matter. Like, it's my dream to hang around with successful people. Like, I want to be able to um, uh, take one step forward in, like, because my dream was always to hang on with authors, best-selling authors, and like-minded people, and people who think like I do. People who uh, know the value of time, and they know the law of attraction. They know about self-help, personal development. They know that time is more valuable, and you can't get it back. I believe that as the older that you get, you see that time is like ticking away, and people don't realize that. And I wish that more people would realize that their relationship with their time, what they're doing with their time, is ticking away. Whether you're using that time for the good of humanity, or you're using that to better yourself, you're using that time to read a book or learn or do whatever to improve and to develop your talents and skills and to inspire. That is the time that you can become. That is the time that you can utilize. They said time is of the essence. Well, yes, time is of the essence. If you don't use that time will be wasted on the things that meant, all the recreation. Is a I think all the recreation, not all of them are all bad, you know but all the recreation, whether but you can make it a dream of yours if you create a recreation. But most of the time, most of the people who use recreation, wasting their time that they could have built their dreams. It's all about using your time to build your dream, to create this style, this life. Because right now I'm creating a um, dream of mine that it's like, okay, that's pretty cool. That's like, I never seen that before, but it is pretty amazing, huh? Right? And you enjoyed it. Of course, people have tough time, and people, they do whatever they need to do to cope or stuff like that. But it's really but the thing is, you gotta check who's your friend is and who's wasting your time. And people who are bored, who say they're bored and have nothing to do, they're gonna waste your time. And if you don't value your time, you won't value your life, and you won't value your dreams. Because if you let that person take your time away, you will end up not living your life to the fullest, meaning your dreams. the thing that you meant here to do. And that's pretty much it. Good book, and I highly recommend everyone to read it. And I'll see you next time. Subscribe to my channel, like the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.